may be seated. We'd like to begin the program of this hour with the opening prayer for the Change Group Advocacy program. Our opening prayer is taken from the word of encouragement from the scriptures, letter of St. Paul to Timothy, chapter 4, verse 12, and he says, "Do not let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in life, in love, in faith, and in purity." Let us pray. Dear God, our Heavenly Father, you are the creator of this universe. We give thanks and honor to you for bringing us safely to this hour. We are indeed blessed with the many blessings that you have bestowed upon us. We, the people of Tonga, especially the youth of this nation, are indeed blessed for the blessing of this hour and the opportunity to be here with the Right Honourable Prime Minister of New Zealand, Honourable Jacinda Ardern, together with the distinguished guests who are here with the delegation from New Zealand. We are also thankful, Lord, for the Speaker of Parliament for Tonga, Lord Fakafanua, Honourable Father Filipe, and the rest of the guests, ladies and gentlemen who are here with us, the program of this hour. We call upon your name for your blessings. For the rest of the program of this hour, we commit it into your hands. We will have a joyous one that we can all remember, that we, the youth of Tonga and of the world, will stand together on the gifts that you have given us, that we are able and capable of achieving our goals and objectives for now and for the future. Heavenly Father, be with us, lead us throughout the program of this day. We ask all of these blessings in the mighty name of our Lord and our Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Right Honourable Jacinda Ardern, Prime Minister of New Zealand, Deputy Prime Minister Honourable Winston and the rest of New Zealand Pacific Mission 2018 delegation. Lord Lord Fakafanua, Speaker of the Legislative Assembly, distinguished guests from Tonga and the region, and a particular welcome to the United Nations organisation representatives who are here with us today. My name is Elena. I'm the Deputy High Commissioner of the New Zealand High Commission. Malukoma Lele, and welcome to your final event for the Pacific Mission 2018 in Tonga. This event that you're going to see now is a culmination of the combined efforts of youth, advocates, and social and cultural advocates, and it's also the work of the United Nations organisations who work in Tonga. This event will showcase the talent and innovative means through which youth and social advocates convey crucial messages about climate change, disaster preparedness, sexual health, environment, and other important topics for the young people of Tonga. This is their effort that brings about change through advocacy. This event is very much a youth-focused event, and we hope you enjoy what they have prepared. We also hope you learn a few things too about young people's priorities, aspirations and interests in Tonga. I would now like to invite the Speaker of the Legislative Assembly of Tonga, Lord Fakafanua, to kindly deliver the official welcome.
Hello Lele, and welcome to the temporary Parliament of Tonga. Right Honourable Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, the Right Honourable Deputy Prime Minister Winston, Honourable Ministers, distinguished guests from Aotearoa, UNDP Country Director and Head of Regional Program and Policy, Mr. Bahadur Boranov, Honourable Fakafanua and Members of Parliament of Tonga, ladies and gentlemen. It has famously been said that you can choose your friends, but you cannot choose your neighbours. So thanks to geography, Tonga is extremely blessed to be New Zealand's neighbour. This is because, by choice, New Zealand remains one of our closest friends and allies. Today I am extremely proud and honoured to welcome you, Prime Minister Ardern, and your delegation on what is the occasion of your first official visit, and I hear first ever visit to the Kingdom. Prime Minister, I understand that you and your distinguished delegation have visited various places around the main island of Tongatapu, and may now have a sense of the scale and extent of the destruction and devastation left behind by tropical cyclone Gita. However, what you may have also seen is the great resilience of our people, the amazing response by emergency workers, aid agencies, and the community, which signals that Tonga is already headed towards recovery. Prime Minister, today we are exceedingly grateful for your timely visit. In the wake of what is one of the worst natural disasters in the history of this kingdom, we are deeply encouraged to know that we are not walking this long road to recovery alone. It cannot be disputed that climate change is the biggest threat to our existence here in the Pacific, with the magnitude and frequency of climate-induced natural disasters on the rise. I am extremely pleased to see the creation of platforms such as Change Through Advocacy, which helps to bring climate change to the forefront among the youth and vulnerable. Change Through Advocacy provides an ideal space for raising awareness and talking about issues such as climate change, adaptation, reproductive health, education, corruption, and human rights. I must highlight that Change Through Advocacy is primarily targeted at mobilizing our youth to come together and find ways to address these issues with their brilliant initiatives and talents. Prime Minister, I wish to proudly acknowledge advocacy groups who will meet this afternoon, such as Filitonu, ICON, and Tonga Masani, I am proud to say that all these initiatives are led and driven by young people. These advocacy groups have employed creative and imaginative ways to utilize social media and raise a variety of diverse issues, from environmental protection to domestic violence, to culture and sports, and also civic education. It is great to see that these proud young Tongans are passionate about promoting the pressing issues that are affecting them and their peers, and the changes that they wish to effect. Prime Minister, as a young but seasoned politician like yourself, we both appreciate the fact that the biggest and fastest way and most effective platform for effecting real change is through the political mechanisms available in Parliament. However, the reality is that politics and participating in decision-making at the national level still remains a barrier for most young people. I sincerely hope that we in Tonga continue to make progress at breaking down the perceived barriers that exist for women in politics. As you may be aware, our beloved Parliament House was razed to the ground by the recent tropical cyclone. And in fact, the venue we are in today has recently been renovated to accommodate the sittings of our Parliament. This brings me to my next point, which is to thank you and the Government of New Zealand for your generous contributions to the Pacific Parliamentary Effectiveness Initiative, or PPEI, implemented by the United Nations Development Programme. The PPEI has supported us in coordinating the immediate assistance from other assemblies to our Parliament in the aftermath of the cyclone, including donations from the Parliament of New Zealand. More generally, since 2016, the program has made significant contributions to the strengthening of Parliament in Tonga, supporting it to become more efficient and to work closer to the aspirations of Tongan citizens, and to share good practices with other parliaments in the Pacific. Through the PPEI, we plan for assistance, for instance, to organize a youth parliament later this year, aiming at challenging negative stereotypes on politics and breaking down barriers to the political participation of women and young people. Many other activities are planned in the short and medium term, and I therefore hope that the PPEI will be able to continue beyond 2018. Of course, we cannot talk about our future without talking about our youth. Like any young leader, Prime Minister, I am sure that we share the same hopes and prayers for the prosperous future of our two countries. It is my solemn prayer and hope that we can leave something worth leaving behind for our children, who are our future. I certainly wish to leave a healthier planet, a more robust economy, political certainty, and last but not least, a proud cultural heritage that is intact and tangible. I hope that New Zealand will continue to work with us to make these dreams a reality. Prime Minister, as Tongatapu of the Pacific, while we enjoy the fruits of modernization, globalization, and technology, we must also appreciate the unintended impact on our people, such as the recent tide of non-communicable diseases, rise in obesity, youth unemployment, drug and alcohol abuse-related crimes, and other social costs. This is why we appreciate New Zealand's partnership with Tonga for the greater welfare and betterment of the people. Prime Minister, on behalf of the members of Parliament of Tonga and the people of Tonga, in that same spirit of true Tongan nature, I wish to thank you and the people of New Zealand for your partnership and friendship. In our darkest hours of need, these past few weeks, you have been a light and a beacon of hope. We have every confidence that through your continued support and much needed response, we will recover quickly and build a resilient Tonga. Prime Minister, we wish you every success with this mission of resilience, response, and recovery, and pray that your government enjoys a very blessed and fruitful term in office. Finally, Prime Minister, I hope that you will convey our very best wishes to the people of New Zealand. Malo people.
Okay. Malo lele, kia ora, hello, and once again, welcome to the beautiful kingdom of Tonga. My name is Pulu, and this is Joshua Savieti, and we are the Tutu on the beach. Yeah, hello everyone. Keep laughing, guys. This is the moment all of you have to laugh, and maybe. But anyway, let's get back to our program, and we have a list of items for all of you, and it's going to be, before we go on to that, I would like Josh to introduce the first one, which is, both of us are both youth works, and also doing lots of advocacy and stuff around in the kingdom.
Yeah, and so I'm just going to get straight into it.
Yeah.
So, Tutu on the Beach, together we just formed last year, but we actually been doing youth work separately over the last 10 years. Nonga has been involved with several different organizations, including Filitonu, including On The Spot, and so he has been representing Tonga all over the world. I myself am a director for an organization called Icon Creative Tonga, which is all about using creative arts to impact our young people. So we've been both doing that for the last 10 years. In 2015, we formed a campaign, which was Fight Against Corruption, Youth Against Corruption, and we turned into an organization in 2016. From there, we decided, you know what, we're good at making videos. We talk a lot. Why don't we make some money talking a lot and making videos?
That's right.
So we decided to do that in 2017. We came together, we started Tutu on the Beach, and we have never slept a day since then. So that's us on Tutu on the Beach. We're so proud and privileged to be here, and we are going to introduce our next item for you.
So the next items, we call it the Youth Champions. So it's going to be, we have two beautiful students here. One is from the University of the South Pacific, the Tongan campus, and also we also have a student from Tonga High School. We would like to call them on stage. First one, it goes by the name of Rachel Fielea, and she's 19 years old, all the way from Aleamotu'a. And she's gonna share a speech with you, and it's all about her experience on the Cyclone Gita. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, give them a big round of applause.
Your Excellency, Prime Minister of New Zealand, Right Honourable Jacinda Ardern, Speaker of the Legislative Assembly, Lord Fakafanua, members of the New Zealand and Tongan Parliament, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On the 12th of February 2018, Tropical Cyclone Gita swept through the Pacific, leaving a trail of damage and destruction. In the wake of the cyclone, many of our people are left with damaged houses, roofs were ripped off, and some homes were totally damaged, with some families living without shelter of their own. Tropical Cyclone Gita is said to be the biggest cyclone in the Kingdom of Tonga in the past 60 years. My name is Rachel Fielea, 19 years of age, residing in Aleamotu'a, and this is my story. My family consists mostly of females, the only male being my father was away on a business trip, leaving us females to fend for ourselves. Preparations such as food and emergency kits were done, but not having a father that day took a toll on my family and I. The evening before the cyclone, my pregnant sister and her husband came to seek shelter at home because they lived along the shore. There was a loud tearing noise, and the roof, which was a portion of the house in which my bedridden grandmother stayed in, was ripped open. Moving to an evacuation center was now already too late because it was dangerous, and my disabled grandma was again staying in an overcrowded evacuation center with people she didn't know. As rain was leaking in, my brother-in-law, my little sister and I had to move my disabled grandma into the living room. This was the scariest night of my life. Not only looking out for my safety, but also for the safety of the people I love. As of now, people are still living under evacuation centers. Some have moved back to their homes and are living in tents or under turbulence as they try to salvage the little that remains of their homes. If I were to describe our people post-cyclone, I would take pride in saying we are resilient. People didn't wait to be told what to do the next morning. I could hear my neighbors checking on each other, and young people showing their contribution we can make by clearing up the debris. We asked the government of New Zealand and Tonga to help us rebuild our homes and our lives by upholding the Pacific and Global Agreement and declarations with dedication and devotion. Therefore, we should strengthen our commitment on the Gaila Pacific Voice for Action on Agenda 2030, which calls Pacific governments to strengthen climate change resilience, and also to the 2015 Yanuda Declaration that calls on Pacific governments to strengthen capacity of disaster risk management for health, while at the same time calls on them to also strengthen the maternal and adolescent health through a number of strategies, including the availability and accessibility of family planning service and the reduction of teenage pregnancy. Finally, the Sustainable Development Goals. Goal 13 on climate action specifically agrees to support women, youth, local marginalized communities in small island developing states to build capacity to manage the effects of climate change that we are all facing. I would like to acknowledge Ms. Jacinda Ardern and the government of New Zealand for setting aside funds and aids to help our people who are in need. I would also like to thank the government of Tonga, local and regional partners, including our UN agencies, for leading our disaster response to Cyclone Gita. Ensuring the needs of elderly people with disability, women, and young people are served through both the emergency and reconstruction phase. Malo people.
Your Excellency, Prime Minister of New Zealand, Right Honourable Ms. Jacinda Ardern, and His Delegation, Honourable Speaker of the House, Lord Fakafanua, and members of the Parliament, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I wish everyone a warm welcome. My name is Latu. Currently is in the inner suburb of Auckland City. I'm an in-school peer education and Tongan Health Association. This year alone, we have witnessed disasters on an unprecedented scale, especially here in our island kingdom, the tropical cyclone Gita. My family home roof was blown away by the devastating cyclonic wind, leaving my family without a shelter. I've learned about the natural disasters at school, such as tsunami, flooding, volcanic eruption, to name a few, but we must also remember that there are hundreds of smaller disasters which have caused enormous damage and upheaval to the lives of millions around the world. I stand here today to remind us that young people are often seriously affected when disaster strikes and can face severe difficulties in coping with unexpected and dramatic interruptions to their lives. But despite this, the Tongan youth and youth around the world are also the very people who can teach their communities and the wider world how to reduce the risk and impact of disasters. Removing debris is an essential stage of recovery. I would say the removal and recycling can prevent sanitation and waterborne related diseases. And it will also enable communities in the areas most affected by the cyclone to rebuild or repair damaged infrastructures, business or markets. Young people are unmatched by any other demographic group in our ability to bring about meaningful change in social behavior and attitudes. We must not underestimate our potential to make a real difference in the time of disasters, thus placing youth to be the central to putting resilience at the heart of development by raising awareness on risk reduction efforts. To maximize these efforts, youth-led organizations need the support of the development partners and to pay special attention to the youth needs when disaster strikes. Perhaps Tonga needs youth strengthening projects and strengthening citizen engagement initiatives in Tonga. Engage us in the design and implementation of disaster risk reduction programs. We recognize our unique role and the value we can provide as innovators, intercultural ambassadors, peer-to-peer facilitators, community mobilizers, and advocates for vulnerable youth, ensuring no one is left behind. My Lord, we don't offer.
Well, give it up. I think we're two of the smartest people
That was amazing.
speeches.
Yeah, I can
Awesome stuff. I could really feel it from the heart.
Yes, yes.
So right now we're going to, we do a lot of work with youth, and we don't want to just tell you guys about a long list of achievements. Oh, congratulations on the back. We also, we want to show you a little bit of what we do, so I'm going to let Noma get a little
This is a little bit of ice break that we always do, because we can see some of you are starting to sleep now, which is, you know, it's already a long day. I would like to ask you to all stand. Please stand up. Thank you. Thank you. And there's a song that we'll always sing. The name of the song is Coconut Song. And I'm going to sing the song. First, you're just going to watch, and I'm going to sing the song. And Josh's going to do the action for the song. So while you're looking at Josh, you need to practice the action and learn it really quick. Here we go. C-O-C-O-N-U-T, N-U-T, N-U-T, C-O-C-O-N-U-T, N-U-T. Come on, all together. 1, 2, go. C-O, there you go. N-U-C, N-U-T. Come on. N-U-T, C-O-C-O-N-U-T, and come on, let's do it a little bit quicker. C-O-C-O-N-U-T, hey, N-U-T, hey, N-U-T, C-O-C-O-N-U-T, N-U-T. Thank you, thank you. Give a big round of applause to yourself. That's all. That was amazing.
Really tired. Really tired.
Introduce the next one, Josh.
All right, next up we're going to move on to our youth advocacy. This is all, we know you guys just had lunch and your time kind of full, so we just want to have something light with you all. So we're going to introduce our next act. There are a bunch of youth advocates that have come from different organizations around the Kingdom of Tonga. So
the first one is directed by Josh. It's Icon Creative Tonga. I would like to call on the boys. Hurry up. Yeah, there you go. Icon Creative Tonga, directed by Josh. And also we have Kosh Cry Tonga, directed by myself. And also we have, behind us is a dance group, youth. The name is Onion Squad. And also we have a representative from Seleka Art Studio. Raise your hand, man. There you go. And of course ourselves, Tutu on the Beach. We're gonna do an item. It's a mix of acting, singing, and also dancing. You ready for this? And it's the youth perception. It's the experience of youth before, during, and after the cyclone. You ready? Let's do it. Before the cyclone.
You wanna
just gonna go nail the walls and the windows and that. I'll be fast. Tuk 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 tuk. Tuk 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 tuk. Oh my. Tuk 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 tuk. Hey, yo, charge! 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 Hey, what are you doing? Oh, hold on, Mama. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, no, I'm just fixing up the house. They said Cyclone Gita is coming.
Bro, can't you see I'm trying to sleep here? And all you do is just hitting the hammer on the nail?
Bro, it's a cyclone. A cyclone's gonna...
Okay, how many category is this? Come on, tell me, how many category?
I heard it's 4 or 5.
Bro, that's the same as 2. What? Bro, I've been in Tonga for 19 years now. Bro, and I experienced more than 100 cyclones. Look at the house that we are, still the same. So leave it alone so that I can sleep.
You mean this house?
Bro, don't push it too hard, what I'm trying to say.
Bro.
But you know what, you wanna join us? Because we're going to the wharf for a swim. Because this is the best time to swim, when the waves is over the mountain.
That's ridiculous, bro. Come and grab some wood, we got heaps of wood, and just fix up your house, man.
And on our way to the wharf, we're gonna pick up all the chickens, they're not gonna fly anymore.
What?
Because the wind is gonna be too strong for them.
Nah.
And we're gonna pick up some mango for Otai. You wanna join?
Nah, I gotta fix up.
Oh man. Okay then. I'll see you after the cyclone.
Okay. Make sure. Remember, we got food and stuff as well, just if you need a place to stay.
Sure. Thank you.
Bye.
During the cyclone.
After the cyclone.
Oh man. Dad, I'm just gonna go see if everyone else is alright. Yeah, we're all good last night.
Oh shucks.
Look around. It's wasted out here. I'm just gonna go look at the windows there, see if it's all good. Oh, nah, it's all good. The roof. Oh, we'll just nail this in a little bit later on. I'm just gonna go check on Mama. Mama. Are you alright?
Bro, do I look like I'm alright? Am I smiling to you or laughing to you? Bro, I never thought it's gonna be like this. My house is gone.
Oh my God, I told you, man. You should have just come and stay with us.
Lucky I was drunk last night. I can't see and feel anything. But you know what? Have you heard of the news?
What news?
Bro, Australia and New Zealand, they're already here to help me.
Already?
Bro, straight to me. Already. They're at the airport.
Oh. Bro, you gotta stop being ridiculous. Bro, just come here, look at all the houses. You think they're gonna come straight to you when they got all these places to help?
I'm waiting for my tabolin. And I'm waiting for my water and food.
Oh.
They're bringing that one.
Bro, I really think you shouldn't rely on their aid. You know, just be like how we used to do back in the days. And we'll just go, we need to replant, we need to go and we need to just fix up our houses, we need to do it ourselves.
What about the help and the aid though?
Yeah, we'll have all the aid that we need, but bro, don't rely on it. It's a waste of time.
Whoa. I think that's a good idea. But I still wait on the tabolin. If they're not gonna turn up first to me, bro, I'm gonna post it on Facebook.
What?
Bro, and I'm gonna call the radio and talk live about it. Complain the whole time, 24/7.
Don't be sad, don't be like...
Bro, jokes. But that's jokes. Jokes.
You need to relax, bro.
Yeah, but I like it. Let's go start planting stuff and can you help and put up my house?
Yeah, I'll give you a hand. Come on, let's go.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
Maybe I came on too short.
Maybe I waited too long. Yes, maybe I played my cards, oh, just a little bit wrong. Maybe I fast forward. I could fall, I could fly here in your aeroplane, and I could leave, I could die hanging on your words you said. Then to know, keep my own, jumping in, harder than 10,000 rope on the lane. So don't call me baby, unless you mean it. I could fly in your aeroplane. I could leave, I could die hanging on the words you said. And I know, give it all, time it in, harder than 10,000 rock on the lane. So don't call me baby, unless you mean it.
Thank you once again. Something that we believe about our young people and what we're instilling with the programs that we run, we believe if there's one thing that we need help with, it's dealing with the mentality. It's dealing with dependency and reliance, not just on aid or anything else that comes our way, but also reliance on our families, reliance on others. And we want to build independent young people. So with all the programs and everything that we've been talking about, as well as the group that we've gotten together, that's what we're all about, and we believe we need to empower our young people in the Kingdom of Tonga. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh. And introducing the next item for today, ladies and gentlemen, goes by the name of Filitonu Drama Group. Filitonu, they are working under the umbrella of under Tonga Family Health Association, and pretty much the item they're going to do for us today is the related between sexual reproductive health and natural disaster. So we'd like to introduce, welcome them on stage. Give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Filitonu Drama Group. Oh.
Just come away. Come. Stop there. Please do. Come on. Stop. Stop. Juliana. Juliana.
Yes, ma'am.
Where are you?
Go. Come and look after the kids.
You go. Where's Diana?
I don't know.
Oh, wait, come on to come here.
Diana, I'm
Stop
coming.
it. Stop it.
Yes.
Where's your blind brother?
Oh, outside. I'll go get him.
Go get him before he get lost, yeah? What's that ring?
Yes,
Oh, Diana will put the ring as well. And go get the candle. Be careful, son, be careful. Put it on the bed. And on the radio, on the radio.
There's a lift coming.
Hi everybody, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks very much for joining us. And we've got a serious situation going on in the South Pacific. All eyes are on Tonga as severe Cyclone Gita, Category 4 when I made this video, expected to be Category 5. Tonight, it's starting to make landfall and brushes the southern islands of Tongatapu.
What do you mean you don't know?
This is where it lies at the moment. You can see
Go and find your man. Hurry up. This is a very bad situation for us.
I'm coming.
Go and get out.
Give me a hand, lift up that side, go, hurry up, lift up that side. What have you done? Hey, did you guys hear on the radio about the cyclone? What time that it's gonna be here?
Where did you go? It's going up at 7.
I went up and looked for plywood.
Hurry up and put it out the window.
What time that it's gonna be here?
At 7:30.
7:30?
Yes.
Oh my God.
If it's getting too strong, it's Category 5.
Check the candles, mattress.
Pick them together. Hurry up.
How about the children? Are they all inside?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, listen up. This must be the time officer.
There's a cyclone that's going to be in Tonga. 7:30 quick. So come on your window. Come on your children. Make sure they're safe. You're not leaving your house. Be in the evacuation center.
Evacuation center? What is the... Where about the evacuation center?
It's a Moimoi chapel.
Moimoi chapel?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Okay. He's up there, man. Hey, check everything that is going to be alright with the cyclone hit,
The
yeah?
match is here and the candle and the... Where's the match?
Oh, get inside. Hurry up.
Is it finished, honey?
Yes. We're done. Hey, listen up. Don't worry if the cyclone hit, because I believe in our house and I trust in it that no cyclone gonna destroy it. Okay? I think we are ready.
It's getting too strong. Look at the roof.
Oh my gosh, the roof! Get those things out! Hurry up! The roof! Oh my gosh, the roof! Wait, calm down. We have to run to the evacuation center. Calm down.
You say you're staying here.
I know it's said, but who knows who? You know you can't handle when the cyclone hit the house. Hey, get your blood, brother. Let's move to the evacuation center. Come on. The children. Yeah, carry them. Carry those two. Come over here. Hurry up. Get your blood, brother. Hurry up, sure. Be careful.
I think the water is breaking.
What?
The water is breaking.
The water is breaking. Are you sure?
Yes.
Just wait. Wait there. Open the door. Oh my gosh, there's a plenty of people. They already here. Maybe they came here for 4 hours ago.
There is no space for us.
Don't worry, that corner. We got a free space over there. Come over here.
But we are too many.
Excuse me, too low, excuse me, sorry. Yes, she's pregnant. Sorry, hurry up, sit over here. Bring your blind brother, sit down here. Hold on to the chair. Yeah, hold on to the chair. Yeah, you feel alright?
I think it's too much pain for me. Yeah, I can't hold on.
Just wait there, I'll go and look for her.
Hurry up.
Any nurse? Doctor, no. Excuse me. Too low. Nurse. Oh no, nurse. Is there something? Oh, excuse me. Too low. Excuse me. Hello? Elderly. Oh, sorry. Please, I'm here to ask for your help. We need your help.
How may I help you, sir?
Sorry, my wife, she's about to deliver a baby.
I'll do my best, sir. While you go looking for a nurse or a doctor.
Yes, come here. Excuse me, too long, make a space for her, please. Excuse me, too long. Move up here, you flying boy. Move up there. Yeah. She's over here. Move away. Slow down, slow. Hold on there, slow. Go that way. Yeah. Anything else, man?
There's plenty of people here. I need a sheet. There's plenty of people here.
Sheet. Just wait there, I'll go and check the sheet.
Also,
Go and find the sheet, hurry up. Are you right? Yeah. Just wait there.
You can lie on it.
Yeah.
Hurry up.
Oh my gosh.
Sir, I also need extra torch.
Extra torch.
Here.
Okay. Wait, excuse me. Can I borrow your torch for images? Thank you very much. Over here, the torch. Yeah, hold it up high. For the privacy of your mother. Hurry up. Hold it up high. Move there. Yeah, hide the camera.
Ma'am, are you okay? As an elderly, I'm trying my best to help you to deliver the baby.
Be strong. Oh my God. Oh, the baby. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your help. Thank you very much. What a situation. What the cyclone hit and you helped us. Look at him. He's alive. Oh my gosh. Thank God. Yes, good boy. You what?
I'm scared.
Don't worry. Soon we will go back home, eh? Don't worry, blind boy. Everything's gonna be alright. Thank you very much for your help.
You're welcome.
We really appreciate it.
Lucky that the mother is alive and also the baby.
Yes.
But with a bit of advice, sir.
Yes.
Look around you. Your children are all over the place in the evacuation
I know.
center.
Hey, that children, what are you doing?
Just
look after them.
You see, you got lack of food to feed every mouth.
I know.
You know me? I have only 2 kids. But they both in obviously studying, so it's me by myself. I don't have to run around and get everyone. You see, it's just a bit of advice.
I think
When
it's too
late.
I know it's too late, but we will try our best.
Yes,
to look after them. But sorry for that.
Are you okay, Mother?
You're right? Yeah, she's alright. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I think the doctor and the nurse will be here soon.
Alright.
Okay, thank you for your help. How you feel? You're right. Oh, the passenger.
Daddy!
Oh my gosh.
Daddy!
What's happening, Daddy? What? Hold up the mic, what?
I just came from the restroom.
What happened?
There was an old man trying to see me.
What? Who's that old
I said, yeah, I want to go home.
Calm down. We can't go back home right now. You know our house was destroyed by the cyclone. But that's your Japanese, right? I know that. But we have to sleep here just for tonight. Tomorrow morning, we will go back home and look for a way so we can rebuild our house. But we need to go home, man. There's no other way, man. Look at me. I know, but just please finish. Hopefully there will be some help from other people, you know? Just be patient, okay? Let's sleep here for tonight and then we will go back home tomorrow morning. Okay, teacher. Crack that chicken. Hey, he's over there. She's eating that burger of that people. Not good. Sleep, try to sleep. I look after that baby.
Attention everyone.
Oh!
If you hear your names called on the list, please stay up.
What is
okay, my call present? Is there anyone my call here? Okay,
no, Michael.
Okay, Johnny Kun?
Oh, Johnny Kun. Oh, over here.
Okay, Johnny Kun is here.
Over here.
Okay. Excuse me. Hey, you can just keep it in the kitchen.
Oh, thank you very much. Sorry, please, sir, can you do me a favor?
How can I help?
My family, we have 15 members of my family. Please can you give us a 2 tent?
What?
2 tent. For my family.
Johnny, that's not our problem, I'm sorry.
It's not a problem, sir, but please can you help us?
Johnny, I'm sorry. It's only one for each family.
Please.
No. Johnny, please, yeah? I'm sorry. No, I think we're done. Okay.
Hey, how about there's any guys?
Forget about it. We're gonna get boys to set up the tent when you get home.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hey, we got a good news. The aid from New Zealand and Australia, they give us a tent.
Are we gonna all fit
Yeah,
in
we
it?
have to go back home and have a look at it.
Oh, that's good, honey.
Hey, excuse me, please, can you give me a hand? Yes. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Yeah. Hey, get your blind brother. And let's go back home and look at the tent here, so if we can fit or not.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Sorry. Thank you.
Hey, hurry up. Hey, you go check inside. I'm gonna check all outside. Okay.
How's the tent?
I think the tent is already done.
Whose house is this?
Johnny Kun.
And where's Johnny Goon? Johnny Goon!
I don't know. Call the neighbor. I don't even know him.
Johnny Goon!
Yes, I'm here.
Sir, is this your house?
Yes.
The tent is ready. Get your family. There's some free food there. Some aids if anything happened to your family. I think we're done. We're gonna move on.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you
Hopefully
very
you'll be
much.
safe with your family.
Yeah, we don't know where we're gonna stand to say thank you, but thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Okay, thank you. Just wait there, I'll go and check that tent, okay?
Thank you, Mother. Please, take your chairs with you. Bless you. Thank you. Bless you. Oh my God, man, that was amazing. But we're going to keep moving on with our program because we know we are short for time. So let's introduce our next act.
So the next, and it's going to be the last one for the day. It's going to be
Tonga Masani, or beautiful Tonga.
That's right. So perpetuating our Tongan cultural dances, our Tonga Masani group, which is beautiful Tonga, love to serenade you, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern. And our Tongan dances tells a story of different walks of the youth in Tonga, from the classroom to the office to the field. Under the direction of Gary Lalaki, please can we give a round of applause for Tonga Masani and the Ministry of Tourism.
Masani and the Ministry of Tourism. We'd like to say, guys, don't worry, do not be tired, do not be scared, because they will be performing. Oh, it's so beautiful. They will also be performing outside, 2 more items. So you don't have to worry about anything. Please, come and join us. Oh, look at that. One more round of applause, one more round of applause.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Tonga Masani.
Yes, so you can also Fakafanua outside, which is to put the money on. We also have Western Union and everything else. So we take any kind of money for American dollars, pounds, coins. So thank you so much. We're going to go straight into our vote of thanks, which is going to be introduced by Nonga. So she is a medical student, scholarship. Oh my gosh, there's just so much to talk about, but it's best that we just hear from her.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause. The Right Honourable
Jacinda Ardern, Prime Minister of New Zealand, the Right Honourable Winston, Deputy Prime Minister of New Zealand, Lord Fakafanua, Speaker of the Legislative Assembly, Honourable Ministers of the Crown and of the New Zealand Government, Your Excellencies, representatives of the United Nations agencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honour for me to be given the opportunity to offer, on behalf of the youth and cultural advocacy groups of Tonga, our heartfelt gratitude for the tremendous efforts and encouragements you have given us through the Change to Advocacy program in place in Tonga. The passage of youth is crucial to a nation's development and reaching its aspirational goals. With clarity of vision of our future, we can and we must embark on laying a foundation for meaningful goals that will benefit our people. Our young minds are fertile ground for ideas, innovations, and targeted plans for change. Not change for its own sake, but a well-thought-out process where we're realistic about the goals we want to prioritize, and for whatever reasons, and our capacity to advocate these changes. On this regard, we rely on the clear guidance and principles which have emanated from you all, and our models of what leadership is required if we are to effect change through advocacy. On behalf of the various groups participating in today's auspicious events, Joshua Savieti, Fononga, Pulu, Icon, Filitonu, Director Gary Lavaki and the Masani and Moimoi group, the Ministry of Tourism and Culture, and our working team from the New Zealand High Commission here in Nuku'alofa. Please accept our humble vote of thanks for availing your time to share with us the themes that we have attempted to represent today. There are, of course, many more that can and should be included in the Change for Advocacy programs, but today, youth and culture were in the forefront. Prime Minister Ardern, we understand that had it not been for your passion for youth and culture, we would not have received this unique and special privilege to be here today. Lord Speaker, thank you for giving us this opportunity. We know that to permit the use, to adjourn the House and permit the use of this hall, which is now House of facilitating all the meetings. We understand that to adjourn the House to permit this change to advocacy program today is a reflection of the tremendous support of the Legislative Assembly, nobility and government of Tonga to address as a matter of priority youth and cultural issues. To the United Nations agencies and the development partners of youth and culture, we acknowledge most sincerely the continuing support you provide to Change for Advocacy programs. To everyone who made themselves available here today, we hope that you enjoyed this short presentation. May the good Lord, I pray that the good Lord continues to bless our efforts in realizing a better Tonga, one that sustains change for the betterment of our people. In Tonga, there's a saying, which translates, I don't know why I'm like the only thing of value that a Tongan can give is a thank you. Without further ado, malo audito. Thank you.
Amazing. That was amazing. So powerful. So dark. And good at speaking. So right now, we're going to allow you all to please go and join us for afternoon tea. So we'd like to invite the Speaker of the House, Lord Fakafanua, to lead our way while we give a massive round of applause our last time for this amazing band.
Thank you.
Another round of applause for our dancers from the Ministry of Tourism. Then we invite back the boys to come forward and serenade you with one of our next dances known throughout the Pacific. It's always called the Mako.
No! Move!
Thank you very much. And that's all we can do in serenading our special guest today. We do hope that you enjoy watching, for we have a great time performing to you. Your Honor, it's a great.
Malolele, I just wanted to take the opportunity, and actually I'm not scheduled to speak today, and that's entirely appropriate because this afternoon was meant to be all about having the opportunity to watch and listen and hear from the young people of the Kingdom of Tonga, and it's been absolutely exceptional. And you've given us a really a wonderful gift, not only by sharing your time and your talents, but to enable us to watch without having to stand up and then dance in response, which really is a gift for all of you because none of you needed to see that. So I wanted to just take a moment and on behalf of myself and the Deputy Prime Minister say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for the time and preparation that went into the performances today. And I could see how much preparation and work went into them, just by the precision of the dance, by the way that you tailored those spoken word and drama pieces to tell a story about an event that's so recent for all of you. And you know, we can sit in a room and have a lot of meetings and talk about the effects of Gita, but hearing and seeing it through your eyes is the thing that I think that we'll probably remember the most. So can I say malo pito, thank you so much for your time, for looking after us so wonderfully today, for what we call manakitanga, your hospitality. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.
What about another fine applause, and thank you very much for the Honourable Prime Minister of New Zealand.